The census stuff is a lot. Aw, ¿qué pasó, mi amor? Hey, watch your mouth.
Sorry.
Relax. I'm not gonna actually throw it at you. This is my magical chocolate. A magical chocolate? Yes, a magical chocolate. Like a magical wand, but a magical chocolate. Cool. And what are you? I'm your inner drag queen. My inner what? Your inner drag queen. Now, what's got you huffing and puffing over a few census questions? Well, my inner drag queen, I've just got a lot of questions and concerns about it. I mean, this whole census thing is really stressful, and I know my family and friends feel the same way. So you're scared. Completely. No, I'm not scared. Okay, fine, I am. You don't have to be ashamed of it. It's completely understandable. But allow me and my friends to help you out a little bit. Friends? See, senor, you ask a question, I wave my magical chocolate, and BAM! A drag queen is here to help calm your nerves. Oh, no. Oh, yes, honey. Now let's get started. What is your first concern? Well, what even is the census? And where did it come from? Bibbidi bobbidi rouge!
The census is a count of people living in the United States and its territories. The Constitution mandates that the census happen every 10 years. Why every 10 years, you ask? I don't know. You're going to have to ask our founding fathers. I'm just a drag queen. But essentially, the data gathered from the census is used to distribute over $1.5 trillion in federal funding and representation in the House of Representatives. Now, I understand it sounds very complicated, and trust me, I know Miss Census thinks she's all fancy and whatnot, but girl, she's just a simple questionnaire that asks about your name, sex, age and date of birth, Hispanic origin, race, and your relationship between the people living in your household.
Okay, but I don't really have a lot of time to complete it, you know? Did you just throw a magical chocolate at me? Yes, I did. You've been in quarantine. What do you mean you don't have time? Okay. But what about the people who still work and have jobs? Okay, I get you. Bibbidi bobbidi thigh high boots!
Sí, yes! The census is quick and easy. Secondly, it's muy importante for your community. Remember that 1.5 in federal funding? Well, census data is used to determine how that money is spent through programs like Medicare, Medicaid, Section 8 housing, school lunch programs, and other important programs that benefit our community. Also, how do you think public health and other local officials know how to respond to emergencies like COVID-19? Census data. The other great thing about the census is that it helps guide the implementation of vital civil rights policies, que suave. And it also determines the political power in Congress. So basically, the more people that live in your state, the more representatives you get. Now, how are we going to figure that out without counting everybody? So it may be just to count, but the importance is gigante.
That makes sense. But, like, what about my security and my privacy? Is all my information actually safe? Oh, yes, it is. But don't take my word for it. Bibbidi bobbidi cute hairdo!
Now, I got something we haven't had in a very long time. Some good news. Basically, girl, federal law under Title 13 requires that the U.S. Census Bureau, you know, everyone running the census, well, it requires them to keep all of your information safe and confidential. Let me say it again. Segura y confidencial. You got it? You got it. They cannot share any of your information with any local, state, or federal agency, okay? Okay, and on some other good news, it is so easy to fill out, baby. It's just a couple questions. You can do it in like 10 minutes or sometimes even less. And mira, if I can do it, you can do it. Look at me. No, really, look at me. Just remember, it's a count. So be sure to include your children, like little Jesus right here. Hi, say hi, baby. Hi. In the 2010 census, over 1 million children were not counted for, and 40% of that were Latino children under 5 years old. That's a lot of niños that missed out on some crucial funding for their schools and their communities. And you know, the children are our future. So just remember, your information is kept strictly confidential. I promise you.
You get all that? I didn't realize it was actually that safe. I know, right? Thrilling. So, you good now? No. I'm actually most concerned about citizenship questions and immigration status questions. I know I have a lot of family and friends who are too. I mean, it even asked about my racial origin like twice. Why? You're worried. I get it. Bibbidi bobbidi rhinestone shoe!
Okay, so first thing, there are no questions about citizenship or immigration status on the census. Now, it does ask about origin and race in questions 8 and 9. A ver, let's take a quick closer look. For question 8, how do you identify? ¿De dónde eres? You have 5 options. Not Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish, yes Mexican, Mexican American Chicano, yes Puerto Riqueño, yes Cubano, or yes another Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish origin. You then write your origin. Easy. Basically, are you Latino, and if so, ¿de dónde? For question 9, it just asked about your race. Are you white, black, American Indian, Alaska Native, Asian or Pacific Islander? Some Latinos consider themselves many races. Ya tú sabes. You can check off as many categories as you identify with. You can even write in what you want. And por qué do they want to know all this? Simple. These questions help federal agencies make sure that they comply with anti-discrimination provisions, regulations, and policies. It's to help you and your community. La raza.
Oh, thank you for explaining that to me. We got you. Tú sabes. So, what about the LGBT community? I'm right here. I mean, are we being counted?
Hold up.
Bibbidi bobbidi lash glue!
So glad you asked. Historically, LGBTQ individuals are undercounted. Now, there are no questions about sexual orientation or gender identity in this census. But for the first time, you can identify your relationship in your household as same-sex husband /wife /spouse or same-sex unmarried partner. Data on the LGBTQ community will help advocate and fight for our rights so we can live loud and proud, honey. Now, we know that there are only 2 options for gender on the census, which is male or female. But guess what? You can respond to this question in whatever way best aligns with your identity, even if it doesn't match what's on your driver's license and or your birth certificate. And if you don't mark one, the Census Bureau will choose one for you. So do what you gotta do, honey, okay?
Okay, I'm feeling a lot better about this. But where are all the places that I can fill this out, and how exactly do I do that? Ah, finally. Bibbidi bobbidi. Bibbidi bobbidi. Bibbidi bobbidi eyeshadow that is blue! Eyeshadow that is blue? Mind your business.
Okay, you have a few options when completing the census. You can hop right on your computer and go to www.my2020census.gov and fill out the online questionnaire. Or you can call 844-330-2020 and complete it over the phone in English. Para español, marcar 844-468-2020 y completarlo por el teléfono. If you receive a paper questionnaire, fill it out and send it by mail. Self-responding is the best way to complete it, especially with the challenge we are facing amid COVID-19. If you self-respond, you don't have to worry about anyone knocking on your doors for an answer to the questionnaire. You have until October 31st to complete it. That's right, that's Halloween Day, y'all. Boo boo boo.
All right, you get it? Hello? Oh, yeah, sorry. I was just filling it out. Oh, see? Was it difficult? No, not at all. All right, review time. Tell me what you learned. Okay, the census is a count of the population that happens every 10 years. It helps provide adequate funding for various programs in our communities, as well as representation in government. And it's not only fast and easy to complete, but it's also safe and confidential. Yes, see? It wasn't that complicated. We deserve to be seen and heard. It's that simple, baby. We live here, we work here, and we will be counted here. And filling out the census is a major way to have a positive impact on your community. That's awesome. So, while you have until Halloween to complete the census, house visits will start on August 11th for those who have not responded, so make sure you do so by July 31st to avoid a knock on your door. If you have any questions or just want to stay updated, text CENSO or Census to 97779. Or you can call NALEO Educational Fund's bilingual hotline at 877-L-CENSO to get all of your census-related questions answered. Oh, and don't forget, let your inner drag queen out every once in a while. Yeah, we'll see. Bibbidi bobbidi eyeshadow that is blue! What is this? It's blue eyeshadow. You look fabulous. Unless, of course, you prefer the chocolate, because I think the eyeshadow is lovely. That's what I thought.